What's good, y'all? I'm about to react to his Marvel Wolverine trailer breakdown. Every Easter egg you miss. Yeah, I need to see all the goodness, all the goriness, bloodiness, superhero-ness, fightiness in this game that I done missed. Give us the news, new rock stars.
Welcome back to New Rockstars, I'm Eric Voss, and this is a breakdown of the new gameplay trailer for Marvel's Wolverine, the new Insomniac game coming in 2026, finally! While New Rockstars might be better known for covering nerdy movies and TV, hey, if something's Marvel and if it looks this good and has a coin flip's chance to snicked into an adjacent...
I ain't gonna lie, he was right on that. Hey, we need to see a Thor game next, Iron Man game is coming though. Hopefully. That's probably gonna come hopefully next year. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of looking like a superhero month next year, though. I ain't gonna lie. Getting Spider-Man Brand New Day, Avengers Doomsday. I think we even getting Supergirl. I don't even want to look at that movie. Oh my gosh. I ain't gonna lie, we need a Captain America game, a Hulk game, a Black Widow and Hawkeye game, or just separate Black Widow, Hawkeye. You know what I'm saying? We need individual project games right now. Shoot, I want to know what's still going on with that Wonder Woman game that's supposed to be coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Spider-Man IP, then you better believe we're gonna break down the Easter eggs of said thing. So I'm gonna go through this Wolverine gameplay trailer frame by frame for everything you might have missed, because there are quite a few Easter eggs in this. And if you love Marvel anything, I'm wearing the shirt Tom Holland happened to be wearing in set videos for Spider-Man Brand New Day, a shirt for Delmar's Deli, the place with the best bodega cat in the MCU. And if you want to grab one of these shirts over at nerdriot.shop from our exclusive merch store, it's really the best way you can support what we're doing here at New Rockstars. Okay, Insomniac first announced Marvel's Wolverine in the PlayStation Showcase event in September 2021 with a bit of teaser footage that showed us Wolverine from behind and a close-up of his knuckles when he was sitting at the bar called the Princess Bar of Magic.
That's so COVID did stop this game from releasing. That 2021. Yeah, dog, that was 4 years ago. Shoot, okay.
That we see the outside of in this new trailer. At the time, the developers of Marvel's Wolverine suggested that the standalone game shares continuity with the Insomniac Marvel Spider-Man games, but we don't know for sure how connected it will be to those storylines. The game has been delayed for so long that some fans begin to lose hope, but then this week on September 24th at State of Play, Sony announced that it would release on PS5 in fall 2026. Liam McIntyre is playing James Logan Howlett, aka Wolverine, in this game, making him the second Australian to play the Canadian mutant superhero. The gameplay trailer opens with a bit of a teaser to the rest of the footage, including a close-up of Wolverine's blood-stained face as he growls, and I love how you can make out all the tiny indentations in the pores of his face. Next, we see Logan in a different outfit, stabbing his claws up through this cybernetically enhanced dude. This is a Reaver. The Reavers are the cybernetic enforcers from throughout the X-Men comics, and technically the group of mercenaries led by Boyd Holbrook's Donald Pierce in the 2017 Logan film. Yeah, those were Reavers. The Reavers we now see throughout this gameplay trailer include the white...
Okay, so they were the villains of Logan. Okay, even though that was a sad movie, man. But the whole time, that was probably one of my favorite Wolverine movies, though. Since they brought him back in Deadpool Wolverine, boy, that was nice. I ain't gonna lie, that costume looked nice on him. And that mask, too. Man, every time he got, like, in a fight stance, or like in a fight scene, he should have that mask on. That mask looks nice. That really look comic accurate, and I don't even read comics. I just look at the front page of a comic book, and I'll be like, okay, oh, that's the comic accurate type of superhero costume they was talking about, or he was wearing in that movie. Okay, but yeah, okay. So that's what's up with Logan. Okay.
armored ones, and they all seem to have this specific logo on the chest plate that is the Trask Industries logo. So Bolivar Trask, in addition to building the Sentinels, is also the man and the company behind the Reavers of this story. And yes, we do know that they will be called the Reavers according to a PlayStation blog, and also in the Behind the Claws video released with this trailer, we do see animation of Wolverine with his arm around another one of these soldiers, and that guy's chest plate has very clearly the word Reaver on it. When he's stabbing this Reaver, Wolverine is in a part of Madripoor, the low town of Madripoor. You can see a variety of languages besides English on the signs, as Madripoor is a city where all walks of life from all over the globe end up settling in to engage in illegal and unethical trades. But specifically, there are 3 languages we see. These red characters on the right are Chinese, translating to import goods store. The triangular traffic sign where we see Barry Llewellyn is in the language of Malay, and it translates to give way or yield. Similarly, above, we see the market district sign. Beneath that is Kawasan Pasar, which is Malay for market area. So yeah, we're seeing a mix of English, Chinese, and Malay because Madripoor is located in Southeast Asia in the Indonesian archipelago, not far from Singapore.
Hey, what is Wolverine doing over there? So he in Southeast Asia. Okay. Wow, okay. Dang. So he gonna stay in this like particular place the whole game, or he gonna go to New York? What's up with that? I ain't gonna lie, I never knew where Wolverine was from. Since they had 2 Australian actor, Hugh Jackman, then they had him as a voice actor, Liam McTire. I wanna know that. So Wolverine's from Australia. I never knew where he was originally born there, or I don't know, shit. I don't know. And I also seen, I wanna know, is Mystique gonna be a playable character also? Looked like she was gonna be, but I don't know what's up with that.
We also see Logan fighting Omega Red, one of 2 big X-Men villains that are confirmed.
I ain't gonna lie, that dude remind me of the old Sabretooth from the X-Men movies. Just like that whole build he got, Omega Red. I never heard this dude. It's first time hearing this dude. Okay, he one of the villains. The villains. I ain't gonna lie, dude. He looked just like the Sabretooth from the old X-Men movies. Now, that was a bigger Sabretooth than what we had in X-Men Wolverine Origins. Even though that was his brother. That's supposed to be his brother, Sabretooth. So is Omega Red like his brother also? Dang, dude. Wolverine got like 2 big brothers.
This trailer to appear in the game, Omega Red, Arkady Rosevich, is a Russian mutant who has these carbonadium coils in his wrists and the ability to drain the life force of others. He's also known for at times giving off a poisonous pheromone called death spores. I love how much...
Oh, dang, he got all that to him. Okay, I like to see him go against the Hulk. Shoot. But I know this is going to be a good fight scene right here. Dang, so Omega Red can do all of that. Dang, we need to see more of him, though. Yeah, I hope they give him more of a backstory in this game.
Bigger Omega Red looks than Wolverine here, and all the details of him super comic accurate. I mean, Wolverine should be shorter and stockier, at least compared to other known X-Men villains, even if he is comparatively tall to some of the Reavers he beats up here. Then as the trailer begins in proper, we hear Liam's voice as Wolverine.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
Longer?
He got a perfect Wolverine voice. You know, Wolverine always had that gritty, deep voice of him. I bet a chew bubble cum and kick ass type of attitude of how he had. What's up, bud? Bub. You know how he be talking like that. I ain't gonna lie, he got a good voice for Wolverine. Let's see what he do with him though. Can't wait to play this game. I'm pre-ordering first day, pre-order.
Than I can remember is some intentional wording there because the developers confirmed that the Wolverine of this game is an unreliable narrator with gaps in his memory, and the adventures will be going through as him.
And I also want to know, I want to got like all of the Wolverine suits they had from like Deadpool and Wolverine, like those cameos, and then they just get like their own various, like just how they got in the Spider-Man Insomniac games. I want to know how many suits he have though. I don't think they never said about that. I would like to have that, and like the different variation of claws you could probably put on him. Woo! Whoo, that would be fire.
This game is Wolverine trying to fill in those gaps in his memory. And as Wolverine stabs through a Reaver in ways we're probably gonna have to hold back a bit from showing you, we do see that the Reaver still bleeds while electricity sizzles from his severed cybernetic parts, because while he is a cyborg, yeah, he does still have human tissue mixed in there that bleeds. And how much blood we're gonna get in this game is part of what makes all this footage look so cool. Actually, it looks like it was splitting open this Reaver that got Wolverine so soaked in blood. And I appreciate this detail that you can see some of that blood in his gums between his teeth. Based on what we're able to see from this footage, it looks like Wolverine's gonna have 3 different outfits and that they won't all necessarily regenerate as he goes, so that as you start to get torn up, just pieces of whatever he's wearing are gonna stay torn up and they're gonna stay bloodied up. So maybe by the end of an area, you can be completely drenched in blood and you'll stay that way. Wolverine steps into the print.
No, right? You can just be like that and just suit torn up. Just how they did in like the older X-Men Wolverine Origins game that was like out on PS3. I seen other people play that. Ain't gonna lie, he had his whole stuff just torn up from him just fighting. I hope we get that same appeal. And they also had that in Spider-Man. I think that was like an updated patch they did for Spider-Man for the Insomniac game. I think that was like in the second game that I played. Like some of his clothing was torn up a little bit. No, that would be cool though. That'd be cool to see his pack coming out, his 6-pack showing. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool though.
Princess Bar of Madripoor. The Princess Bar is a known location from the Marvel Comics. It's in the Lowtown part of the city, and it was frequented by Wolverine, specifically when he was under his Patch identity. Patch actually showed up for a cameo in 2024's Deadpool and Wolverine, and we never got confirmation that that casino was the Princess Bar, but I always thought that it was. Beneath the neon pink Princess sign, the characters beneath that are Chinese letters that translate to the word bar. And
see why I said that move was like went by so fast. Yeah, they should have gave more detail with that. They really didn't give more detail on the cameo. They just showed them of how all the Wolverine cameos are from the comics. But yeah, that shit gave more detail on that. Honestly, she gave us more detail on Cassandra Nova too. So she's supposed to be the sister of Charles Xavier. They should get like more and more of a detail on her. Yeah, and we already know about Chris Evans' Human Torch. That's 2 moves to confirm how he were. Yeah, hope to see him in Secret. I hope to see Chris Evans, Captain America, and Human Torch meet up, like just together. Just how they did like the 2 Captain Americas in Endgame. Just how that whole sequence of that fight sequence, they just fought each other. Yo, I just want to have that same sequence, dude. That would be cool in Secret Wars.
As he walks inside, the bartender working the bar is wearing a green dress. Some are saying that this could end up being Viper. Now, when they first released these shots of the bar in 2021, there were already some Easter eggs that were visible there. A sign for...
Okay, I do remember Viper in the Wolverine 2013. Yeah, she had like the venomous tongue. You know, I guess she tried to kiss that dude, but she actually licked his whole face, and his whole face done broke out, and he died. So that must be Viper then. But they got her in the whole costume. They didn't put no costume on that girl Viper in the Wolverine 2013 film. What I'm talking about.
Or Radio Lowtown 1048 FM on the left, a reference to 1048 being the numerical designation for the universe in which the Spider-Man PlayStation games take place, Earth 1048. The register reads 1974 and...
Oh, snap. So Spider-Man gonna meet Wolverine in this universe also? Are we gonna get Spider-Man in the Wolverine universe? Wolverine gonna come to the Spider-Man universe? They hinting that Spider-Man 3 Wolverine's gonna be in that game. What's up with that? What's up with that, Insomniac?
1974 was the year of Wolverine's first full appearance in the comics, which brings us to this detail over on the right, a Quebec license plate reading HLK 181, and the Incredible Hulk 181 in 1974 was that comic in which Wolverine made his first full appearance. I like to make the shelves in my home into tiny little museums of fandom. I got one shelf for Marvel, one shelf for DC, one shelf for Spielberg, you get the idea. Every shelf has books and figurines and collectibles that I've meticulously collected and curated over the years, but but my new favorite way to find my favorite things to display is Whatnot, hands down. Whatnot is a live stream shopping app where you can buy, sell, or auction.
I'm sorry, new rock stars, but I gotta get on with this video, man. Y'all doing your promos in the middle of the video, man. I'm sorry, though. I might go ahead and cop. I ain't gonna lie. I want to cop like some Funko Pops in the near future. I ain't gonna lie. I like to get some Funko Pops, some posters that I want to collect. Once I probably get my own spot and have my own gaming room set up, how I want to have everything on the wall, have all my Marvel, DC collectibles on each other. I was like, yeah, I would like to do something like that though. That'd be cool to do one day.
Their first purchase, so make sure to click and sign up today. In addition to Madripoor, this game is confirmed to take place in Canada and in Tokyo. We definitely see what looks like Canada.
Okay, so it from Canada to Tokyo. Okay. Let me see what else he said.
Their first purchase, so make sure to click and sign up today. In addition to Madripoor, this game is confirmed.
Okay, Madripoor. So he in Southeast Asia. Okay. Okay, that's gonna be a pretty cool destination. So he probably gonna go off and do missions, like, or hunt missions, or probably go after the killer, and probably
take place in Canada and in Tokyo.
Canada and Tokyo. Okay. Okay, I can see that. That's gonna be pretty cool fighting in Tokyo. Unless we gotta beat up a samurai over there. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be crazy.
We definitely see what looks like Canada here as this aircraft flies over the lake. Then we see Wolverine suited in his iconic yellow sleeveless suit, jumping from a shipping container. Now these containers on the right all read Trask Industries. That's a reference to Bolivar Trask, the inventor of the Sentinels. We did see Bolivar Trask briefly in X-Men 97 last year in an Oppenheimer state of guilt for inventing the spin-off form of the Sentinel technology that allowed Bastion to exist. Since this trailer ends with a big ol' Sentinel, you know Bolivar Trask is likely gonna be one of those other X-Men characters the developers have been teasing will appear in this game.
Dang, okay. That's gonna be a match for Wolverine right there. Even though he did have help to take down those Sentinels in X-Men 97. I remember that scene though. That was a pretty cool scene. They was fighting those Celestials. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty cool. And I think it was even doing that in X-Men The Last Stand. I think I'm right. They was fighting those Celestial beings. But I think they was doing like some type of training. That was pretty cool. How they just launched Wolverine up to his head, just him to chop his head off. That was pretty cool.
Wolverine lands on one Reaver, sinking his claws into him, and then rolls off of him to cut the leg off of another Reaver, then goes up through the chin, through the head of another.
Shing! Oh my God. That was brutal. That shit was brutal. Oh my God, can't wait to play this game, boy. This finna be a God of War for Insomniac right now with Wolverine, man.
Which was the killing move Logan did to this bald Reaver in the Kansas City hotel room during Charles Xavier's seizure in the 2017 Logan film. Then we see Wolverine on his motorcycle. He passes a road sign for Squamish. Squamish is a town in British Columbia in Canada near Vancouver and Whistler. The motorcycle's license plate reads 229R, and it was in Uncanny X-Men 229 in 1988. That was the first comic appearance of the Reavers, so I suppose the R, the license plate, is for Reaver. Some gameplay action of Wolverine in the Canadian section, leaping down on an armored soldier, and then in an alleyway, killing some Reavers. This alleyway might actually be Tokyo because we see a Japanese vending machine there, and Madripoor is further south from Japan. I don't think it has much Japanese stuff in it. Then in the daytime, in a marketplace in Madripoor, we see a sign reading Rempa Lima Beradik, which is Malay for 5 sister spices, and I think this could be a reference to the Stepford Cuckoos, the psychically linked quintuplet mutants of...
He said the Stepford Cuckoos. Yo, that's crazy. So that's what the band is out there for, like a music band they got in Southeast Asia. Dang, dog.
Celeste Cuckoo, Esme Cuckoo, Irma Mindy Cuckoo, Phoebe Cuckoo, and Sophie Cuckoo. After the deaths of Esme and Sophie, they became known as the 3-in-1. It would be pretty funny if in all the carnage here, 2 of the 5 spices get destroyed, leaving only 3. Then we see Wolverine back in his yellow suit in an upscale area that I think might be Tokyo, or it could be the Hightown area of Madripoor, I'm not sure. But then right after this, we go back to Wolverine on a rooftop of Lowtown Madripoor, and just the traversing he's doing here looks so cool because you can see the full layout of the city. city. Like you can see the conceptual skyscrapers of Hightown, which in the city of Madripoor is where the wealthy elite oligarch crime bosses live and look down on all the scrappier tiers of criminals. And I just love the layers to the background, like the way all these pastel houses of Lowtown are stacked on top of each other, kind of like a lot of the houses of Rio de Janeiro are. Then the shot of Omega Red that I talked about at the top, followed by this close-up of Wolverine's knuckles as his adamantium blades struggle.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, like his blades look more defined, look more bigger, look more larger, longer than what Hugh Jackman had in the X-Men Origins movie. I ain't gonna lie. When he came out that tank, his claws looking shiny, metally. It looked like he want to tear somebody up though, but I ain't gonna lie, his claws, they look longer, more agile, more longer. Mess somebody up with them claws.
Come out. Then we see the skin on his cheek open to expose the adamantium leg.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, the blood on his face, I love the blood on his face, dude, and the healing up process, that's cool. And his teeth, his gritty teeth, that's cool. I like that. And his hairstyle like a Wolverine, I ain't gonna lie, that's cool.
Here on his cheekbone. Then some more gameplay action shots, including this shot of Wolverine on his motorcycle driving up a tree stump as a ramp and landing on this convoy of shipping containers. Maybe those Trask shipping containers filled with Sentinel parts, because the armed guard that he lands on and throws off has a vest with Trask on the back of it. Then the second major X-Men cameo of this trailer, Mystique, Raven Darkholm, shapeshifting from a Reaver to her natural blue-skinned form with the red hair. She's fighting Reavers here, so maybe Mystique is a playable character. The description,
like I said, I wanna know if she a playable character. Okay, he about to give us info right there. Oh, nah. Yeah, I would like to play like Mystique. I would like for me to like play like this. That's how Batman Arkham City had. You could play with Batman and Catwoman, so this is gonna be like the same thing. I can play with Wolverine, then with Mystique. That would be cool, man. Be cool doing like GTA. And then like how you could play with Peter Parker and Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 game of Insomniac, boy. Ooh, that would be nice, boy. You know what I'm saying, boy? That would be cool.
the PlayStation blog did confirm that, quote, some will fight alongside Logan against all odds. Another section that may be in Tokyo, Wolverine in his yellow suit swinging from a cable as part of a building is collapsing.
And I feel like we get more games like that. You can play like duo characters or like triple characters like GTA 5 had. You can play with Michael, Franklin, Trevor in GTA 5. Then, like I said earlier, like with Peter Parker and Miles Morales, you can play with Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Insomniac game. And hopefully in this game you can play with Wolverine and Mystique. Then like in Batman Arkham game, Batman Arkham City, you can play with Batman and Catwoman. That'd be cool, man.
It's clawing down the side of it, definitely passing a chunk of that building that reads track.
Or I think also in Marvel Avengers you could play with like the other characters too. Like you can play with Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, all the Kamala Khan, you know what I'm saying? Like all them characters.
Along with that triangular logo that's been on all.
I think even with Guardians of the Galaxy, I also forgot to mention too. I ain't gonna lie. Like you can play with Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Groot, Rocket, you know what I'm saying? But I never even played that game, so I gotta look up some info on that though. But I wanna play that game, even though that game cheap right now on PlayStation Store. That game is really like $8 to get, so yeah, I'm definitely copping that. I'm definitely do a platinum trophy on that game.
The Reavers. Then on the title reveal, Wolverine gives a good snick of his claws, and I love how the light glimmers off the center claw in a kind of lens flare, because it reminds me of the lens flare off of Wolverine's claws in the intro of the 90s X-Men animated series. The designers were also just great about having just the right amount of.
I ain't gonna lie, also that lens glare off his claws in Deadpool Wolverine when he was about to fight the Hulk, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to see them two fight. I'm ready to go ahead. We better see that in Avengers Secret Wars, Hulk and Wolverine going at it. They gave us a short clip of that, dude. Just his claws, his lens glaring off the claws, just seeing him fight the whole angry face. I ain't gonna lie, he messed Deadpool up. Deadpool tried to be nosy and stuff like that, and he got and he just got one punch just across the whole field. Across the whole field, it was like in like a whole woods of how they was fighting. I want to see that fight between Hulk and Wolverine to go at it, man. Wolverine having that brown and yellow suit on, and like that suit was clean. That suit was clean though. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty cool.
Body hair on his shoulders, because when Wolverine is sleeveless like this, there needs to be some wild animal fur on those arms. The last shot shows us what all those Trask Easter eggs were about. A sentinel smashing out of a building and lifting its head up, preparing to unleash hell on Wolverine. This looks like it's the same building that Wolverine was sliding down when he passed that Trask sign. The game developers have said we're gonna get another look at this game in spring 2026. So I wanna know, who do you think will be some other Marvel characters who could cameo in this? Like if Hulk 181 is referenced in the game, could we get a fight similar to that moment in Deadpool and Wolverine where the John Byrne design of Wolverine fight?
Just like I just said that though. Yeah, I want to see them two go at it. Claws in the Hulk stomach, and he healing from that. Even Hulk punching Wolverine probably across the tree or something, broke a tree, and he healed from that. Just seeing them heal, dude. A healing fight, you know what I'm saying? Just two aggressive characters, just being the presence of seeing them fight it out. Blood everywhere, red and green blood everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Man, they twisting each other's heads off, playing with each other, throwing each other across the trees, breaking the trees, breaking everything that sight, even killing animals despite of that. Man, I want to see this fight. They need to make this happen. Avengers Secret Wars. Hey, Marvel, Sony, man, y'all listening out there. You listen to this channel right now. I want to see the Hulk and Wolverine fight. From Deadpool and Wolverine, that whole scene right there. We need to see an extended version of that whole scene right there. Y'all heard it from that. I hope they listening. I hope y'all listening. What's up? What's up? What's up with it?
Hulk in the woods? Hopefully, Hulk could show up in these snowy Canadian trees. Will we get some other X-Men or mutant characters like Jean Grey or Silver Samurai if we're going to be in Japan? Or could the story of this game connect to the continuity of the recent Spider-Man games? Yes, I know there were some leaks that told some people some info about this game out there. I'm not going to go into them in this video, but you're welcome to go look at them yourself if you want. Comment down below with your thoughts, and a special thanks to one of our YouTube members, Rick Denman, for supporting us at the executive producer level. Hey, we have a new channel called The Witching Hour, which is launching October 1st, and it's going to be weekly horror film video essays. Subscribe to that channel. I think you'll really like what we're doing over there. You can follow me at EA Voss. Subscribe to all the channels of the New Rockstars Network for breakdowns and news coverage of everything you love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
What the word they got going on there? But man, I can't wait to play this game. Oh man, I can't wait to play this game. I hope it be just like Spider-Man Insomniac games. Just have had that whole concept, the whole direction for the game. I hope it just be just like this Wolverine. Just like Spider-Man, but also important to this Wolverine game right here, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to play this game. I'm definitely pre-ordering this game, man. I'm definitely getting it. But hey, man, run the views up for your boy, and I'll see y'all later. Peace. And appreciate for this video, New Rockstar. This was a good video breakdown.